Hey YouTube, it's the Morning Brew. Happy Friday, my babies. Oh god, yes. Friday. Tonight is the night where Guardians of the Galaxy is open in all theaters. And I'm going to get a chance to go. I'm excited. I haven't been to the movies in, well, jeez, my son was born. That's 8 months. Anyways, I'm going to try and keep this tight and wound and concise. Ow, I just pulled a muscle in my neck doing that. I'm getting too old for this crap. Sitting in front of a camera drinking coffee. Ow, that really hurt. Anyways, on the personal sharing really quick, my daughter started high school yesterday. I officially feel old as hell. The grays in my hair are tingling. Other than that, not much else to report. Oh, except my son, we went to Walmart, got him one of those cuddle pillows that's shaped like a Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo of course. And my wife, out of pure luck, gets on a crane machine and gets the fluffy nunchucks, because if you haven't seen crane machines lately, they've got the weapons in plushie form. So we got him a Michelangelo and got him matching Michelangelo fluffy nunchucks. And on top of that, she also managed to snag up a Raphael head pillow. Funny thing is, the Michelangelo is from the original 1980s animated series, and the Raphael is from the modern Nickelodeon series. It's kind of cool to have both, right? At least in my opinion it is. So with that, let's get to the news. Really quick. I've been refusing to report on this story because of its possible dark nature. And quite tragic, and usually I don't report tragic news unless it's a celebrity death and I want to talk about the celebrity's career and honor them and remember them fondly and all that stuff. But I'm sure you all heard about the cosplayer that was found injured Sunday night of Comic-Con. Well, it turns out, as San Diego Harbor Police reported, they did arrest someone on charges of sexual contact with a minor, and the delinquency and adding to the delinquency of a minor, aka somebody that was charged with doing something sexual with them, and possibly giving them illegal or controlled substances. I don't know the details. I'm not trying to find out the details. I'm just trying to give a concise and short report. At the time of the original story, those were the charges: sexual contact with a minor, delinquency of a minor. And all we knew was this random girl, who, by the way, has a Facebook page, goes by Millie Massacre. Reason I know this is, well, her face got plastered everywhere, and it's not that hard to find information on her. But I will say that what bugged me was that, yes, they did report that they found her somewhere, covered in blood, and injured. What bothered me was people immediately jumped to the conclusion that she was assaulted and raped. And it was not true. Thankfully, it is not such a dark and grim story. Unfortunately, she did have a 6-foot fall and has a injury in her skull. I believe she's bleeding, having cranial bleeding, aka brain, bleeding out, stuff like that. Thankfully, on a good note, she is recovering. She's recovering very well and is conscious once again, and hence the report was released that she was not attacked, nor was she raped. It was simply a case of a very terrible accident, and thankfully the accident will have a happier note on it. So, to the young cosplayer Millie Massacre, I wish you the best and fastest recovery possible. And to your family, I'm glad that people are there to support them and in these hard times, and I am glad that she will be okay. But as far as an opinion goes, I did investigate this story further when I was planning on reporting a truthful piece about this whole situation. Unlike some journalists, I don't jump to conclusions. I don't assume to know the answers before they're released. I'm not Lois Lane here. I'm not gonna go snooping around the crime scene, trying to break into people's hotel rooms or apartments to find evidence to incriminate someone and get the truth out there. No, I'm simply a guy who is willing to look at the evidence, come to a logical conclusion without any emotional base behind it. And when I mean emotional base, I want anybody talking about victim blaming or putting women down or anyone else down. When I mean take away your emotional base from a conclusion, look at the hard facts. When the one person who was known to be connected to her was arrested, and before the arrest was connected to the crime, which it never was, by the way, her accident is a separate case from the charges being put up against the photographer. 29-year-old man was charged with sexual contact with a minor and adding to the delinquency of a minor. He was arrested in a separate case. Now, when you look at the charges and you look at how she was found and you look at the situation and just start to think of all the possible outcomes that had, rape should not be the first thing you go on. But if you look at it from someone who is a victim or has been a victim or has known victims of these horrible crimes, I understand why you would assume that this might be the outcome. But some irresponsible websites went out and reported that she was raped. Went out and put her name out, her website out, her Facebook fan page, her everything, including dating sites, to show support, quote unquote, and try and find the criminal behind this horrible, heinous assault and rape of this poor young girl. What I ask people now is, next time, before you get your pitchforks and torches ready to burn up Frankenstein at the stake, look at the facts. Stop and think. There's a police force involved. We pay these people to do a job, and that is to find the truth and find the people responsible if there are any said people. Now, the arrest, again, a separate case, still involving her, but a separate situation. The man claims that she claimed to be 20 years old, and I'm not even going to get into that whole argument. That I'll leave for somebody else. My whole point right now is we need to stop jumping into conclusions when we get emotionally involved in something we're not physically involved in. Emotional base should be left to the parents, the friends, the family, all that stuff. They have a right to be emotionally attached to this unknown outcome at the time. Everybody else, you need to get off your soapbox and calm down. Because remember, I talked about how some people need to not go off throwing the racist card out there to see what you hit, or throwing out the sexist or card, whatever. And that's because I was in the middle of an argument because of this. Because I stood my ground saying, I believe my exact words were, is it just me, or does the evidence point that possibly she may have put herself in this situation and was not something that anybody else had to do with, or something like that, or may have just said something she may have put herself in, and that immediately got me labeled as a victim blamer, a sexist. Eventually, racist got thrown out there, and eventually somebody threw out the words, "You're adding to the rape culture." There's no rape. All you people who are trying to sniff out a rape case here, there's no rape to be had. There's no rape to be investigated. Thankfully, this girl will be fine, and she will recover, and she will not have this emotional scarring that everybody tried to put on her. Let's just be grateful that she's okay, and she will recover fully. She's young. Hopefully, this will be a lesson learned for her, an experience learned by the parents and other parents. This should teach you to pay more attention to what your children do. And to the children, be more aware and be more careful. Accidents do happen. We'll find out later on when things come out of the smoke, or smoke clears. More details will come, but for now, let's just be grateful she's all right, and it's not as dark of a story as we thought it would be. In lighter news, SpongeBob, the movie. Sponge Out of Water. Coming out later this year or early 2015. The trailer should be playing here. And I gotta say that I love the fact that Antonio Banderas is starring in this as, one second, Alameda Jack, or Alameda, whatever, something, Alameda Jack, I'm gonna go with that, because I love that actor, I love his accent, he did great as Puss in Boots, and he's great in the Desperado movies. But what I'm most happy about is the voice cast of the show is coming into it. So Tom Kenny and all of them are in there, and it looks like it's gonna be a fun movie because even though it's based on the animated series and it's basically a continuation of the show that I believe it's still going. I don't know if it's been canceled or not. For God's sakes, it's been running for like 15 years. The fun is going to come in the fact that the characters will be coming into our world. Now, we've already had one SpongeBob movie, and there was the David Hasselhoff scene where he basically gives him a ride back to Bikini Bottom as a man dolphin from Baywatch kind of thing. So it's not unheard of. I mean, we've seen SpongeBob interact with our world in the past in episodes and so on and so forth. But in this case, it's a full-blown interaction. They will be turned into 3D CG characters, and they will have superpowers, including Patrick with the ability to control ice cream. This looks like a sweet, wonderful movie, and I love the SpongeBob series. I've always found them entertaining. It's one of those shows that's, even at my age, it's still funny. Good writing is good writing, no matter how you put it. I loves me some SpongeBob. I can't do the laugh words of crap. But I believe I could still do the one sentence I used to do. When I used to do stand-up, I used to have this joke saying that sometimes cartoons have the most perverted sentences that if you are perverted enough, you get the joke. So it was something like, Patrick, I like that. I tried. So I used to use those bits, Mickey Mouse, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, stuff like that. And I won't be doing those voices, trust me. So, I'm a big SpongeBob fan, and I'm really looking forward to this movie. I don't know if I'll be going to theaters to see it, because I don't think any of my kids currently want to watch it. I know for sure my youngest doesn't want to watch it. He's not old enough for it. And I'm pretty sure my oldest, 11 and 15, high school and almost junior high, I don't really care. So, with that, check out the trailer. Enjoy the trailer. And trust me when I say it looks like a really sweet movie, and it looks like a lot of fun. And I know very few people who have a dislike for SpongeBob except for my wife. She really doesn't like him. Something about the voice. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Tom Kenny at Comic-Con last year when my wife was still pregnant and desperately needed to use the bathroom while we were at the Nintendo Lounge. And lo and behold, I take her to the bathroom behind the Nintendo Lounge. I sit down and play my 3DS. And who happens to catch my eye but Tom Kenny himself heading for the men's room. I stand up in a quick, "Oh my God, you're Tom Kenny!" And he goes, "Oh my God, yes I am." Shook my hand, and I said, "I'm a huge fan." I'm like, "You're going to the bathroom, aren't you?" He's like, "Yes I am, but as soon as I come out, I'll shake your hand again. Promise to wash them." Great guy, comes out, shakes my hand, takes my business card, and he's about to do a panel. That's why he was going to the bathroom. He was about to do a SpongeBob panel. Adventure Time panel. Because I had just gotten my Ice King medallion the day before. So we were talking about how he doesn't even get any of those. The Adventure Time people don't exactly hook them up. And so I given him my business card and said, if you really want one, I'm more than happy to surrender my Ice King medallion that I worked all day to get in exchange for an autographed glossy or something like that. Of course, he said, "You know what, I'll think about it." Took my card, shook my hand, took a picture with me, and just completed. That was Comic-Con Sunday. It made my day. So, yeah. I'm a Tom Kenny fan. Means I'm a Rocco fan. I'm a SpongeBob fan. I'm a Adventure Time fan. You throw Tom Kenny's voice onto anything, I become a fan. He's just a fantastic voice actor. One of my idols. Anyways, moving on to the last story of the day, because again, I get the damn time. one more independent film coming out this year that I want to watch. Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, starring Michael Keaton, Emma Stone, Edward Norton, and many more. The movie is kind of dark. Michael Keaton plays an actor who was famous for playing a comic book hero role way back when called Birdman, and made 3 films, and then basically kind of fell into obscurity kind of thing, because he kind of lost his mind, I guess, for what I'm putting together from the trailer. To me, it comes off as, what if Adam West had lost his shit? Again, I'm sorry for cursing. I get excited sometimes. I try not to. What if Adam West had totally lost his marbles and decided to run around acting like he was Batman sometimes? You know, this is basically what this comes off as. Now, I don't know a lot more about the film, but for everything I've read, it's quite an achievement. Hollywood-level special effects, fantastic writing, the performances are outstanding. Michael Keaton doing the Michael Keaton thing, and I gotta say that I miss Michael Keaton in film. He's fantastic. He's a great freaking actor, and I'm glad to see him back in a role that somewhat mocks his previous career as Batman in its own way. So I can't wait to see this. If you are interested, the trailer's playing here. The links will be there. You know what to do. And with that, I bid you a farewell, and a happy weekend, and good Friday to you all. And remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment, and all that good stuff, and let me know what you think in the comments. I've been your host, Eric Castillo, and this has been the Morning Brew. And of course, by the way, for those of you who've commented about this particular mug, it's an emotionally based mug. I gave this mug to my mother 12 years ago, and sadly she passed away almost 3 years ago. So it's the one thing I really needed and wanted to keep, and hence why I bring it on the show. It's my way of having my mom with me. So with that note, don't be sad, be happy, because she was a great woman and an inspiration to me. So with that, I bid you a farewell, a great weekend, and until next time, do yourself a favor. Enjoy your brew. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for seeing the end of the video. Do the subscribe thing, the like and share thing, the comment thing down below. And of course, the questions are pretty basic. Obviously, I don't want to get into too much about what happened to Miss Millie Massacre. It's a tragedy, and I wish her the fastest of recoveries. And of course, accidents happen, but you know what? Let's just be glad she's okay. She's gonna be okay. She didn't pass away, and nothing worse happened to her. With that said, the real questions come down to the new SpongeBob movie. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to it? How big of a fan of Tom Kenny are you? Because, if you look at his IMDb page, he's been in a lot of animation, and you'll probably be surprised to see who he's played. And, of course, Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Michael Keaton film. Got to have him back in a dual personality role. Fantastic. I'm excited about it. The more I see of this film, the more I really want to get my hands on a copy. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know any feedback and stuff like that. So, until next time, have a great weekend. Take care, and if you go to see the Guardians of the Galaxy, let me know what you think, with no spoilers, please, because even though I'm going, people down in the comment section may have not gotten a chance. So, until next time, from the bottom of my heart, take care.